It's nothing but melted buildings. They will tell you some ooga booga caveman came here to carve this or something. Do you think people with donkeys and chisels got some bricks all the way up there? Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. And as always, we're gonna look at more evidence of melted structures all around us. So take a look at this. This was from Deborah on Facebook. Thank you for posting, everyone who do, so I can borrow some of the photos and present them on my videos. So here, pocket of survival right there. And how does this make sense? As you can see, the surrounding area here looks like that, but then suddenly there is a man-made wall on there, right? So you see the horizontal lines here. That's brick lines, not sedimentary layers. Okay, that's what you need to understand. The deception of this realm and how they explain it as something, but it's not. So they're basically misdescribing our whole existence and where we live and everything going on and whatnot. So this is great evidence right there, because how does this make sense? I mean, it makes sense with meltology, of course, a melted structure. And here, this one is crazy. So you got the pockets of survival on the top here, some brickwork here, and some kind of archway here. But look at the heat expansion here and the swelling that happened, and you can see. You see some bricks down here, and this is a melted archway, and you see also some holes here. Something here could have been a window or something, but it's all filled in now with melt. Little hole here, and yeah, I mean, just look at it. Here everything turned into supposed rocks, as we see everywhere. This is great evidence right there. It's mangled, guys. Nobody built like that, obviously. Another one that don't make any sense. Just up on the side of a supposed cliff here, pocket of survival. You don't build like that in these locations. So this is great. So little pocket there. The rest of the building looks like that, disguised as a supposed mountain now. That's what this current civilization is calling them, but they're not. And here, great one. So repeat after me. That's a melted building. That's a melted building. Okay, so you're getting there. So yeah, look at the melt coming down here. Obviously there is remains here with these fantastic, beautiful designs they used to have. Melting down, you can see layering here. So all this melting down. Over here, rock curtaining over itself. And just look at the texture. Pocket here, a pocket on the top, and then what's this? What's that? And this? It's called heat expansion, swelling, grain growth, altered states of matter. So the top still recognizable as a building. Of course, it's cooked out and it transformed into, you know, the red bricks look like this now. Because that's what happens when you have a cataclysmic event frying everything. And the bottom here is just pure melt here. So it melted down like ice cream. This one is amazing as well. You see apertures everywhere. You see brickwork turn into stones and all this stuff all around, just in ruins. You see stuff over here, more apertures. Let's take a look at the whole thing. There's stuff up here. There's one over there. You can see some 90-degree angles here. See something here. Yeah, look at the wholeness of it. So huge buildings here, like a row house or something. Who knows how it looked before it melted, but this is what it looks like after it melted. So this is all remains of the old world. And here as well you see a bunch of apertures. You see the brick lines as always. It's not sedimentary layers, okay? That's nonsense. That's their way of misdescribing this kind of stuff. So you come walking here and you have no idea what you're looking at unless you know it's a melted structure. So you see the ruins here of the old world civilization or ancestors and whatever they built. And then it got melted and cataclysmed. And then we just come here and we just build this stuff on top. You know, so everything we build is built on top of ruins, basically. Good example right there. And this one, repeat after me. Melted buildings. Yep. So this one looks similar to the ones, the one location in the Bible described as melted, which is Sodom and Gomorrah. This has the same color and texture, etc. So they even mentioned it in the book they wrote to deceive humanity, that buildings melted. But they only mention one place, but this is like worldwide, okay? So it's everywhere. Here is one in the background, just turn it to dust now. So here you can still, obviously it's a structure that's been melted, and this one didn't do as well, so now it's just a pile of dust here. Too thoroughly cooked. Some stuff here. Yeah, so melted wasteland over here. Pretty damn mangled. And there is a couple of photos here from Shepu. He have a YouTube channel called Fruitkiss Research My Research. You'll find that in the linktree/Maltology channel in the video description. Check him out. He also has a Facebook group where there is a ton of people posting evidence, you know, from their local areas and from whatever they find online, etc. This group is called Mountains Are Melted Bricks Buildings. So go there if you have Facebook and see evidence, you know, and fill your Facebook feed with something useful. So you can see here the brickwork, red bricks everywhere, here, in here, up here. But then you have these supposed rocks all in here. So, I mean, you can see they knew how to do bricks here. Obviously it's very old and damaged. So what is this? Did it break the bricks and put in some bits here and there, and you know, it just don't make any sense. So this building transformed as well. There is a couple of more photos from this location. It's pretty cool. Here from afar, and this is the very top of something that's obviously very destroyed and in ruins. But you can see the brickwork. Some of it is still red. Here is a huge patch of red. And at the bottom, heat coming from the bottom, it mangled it up to here. It got melted, heat expanded, swollen, all that good stuff. And now it looks like that. So it's a pretty huge thing here. And this is where we live now. We build these tiny little houses like ants. We're ants compared to the past civilization and what they did. And the population numbers we have now is probably pretty pathetic compared to what they had. Okay, so everything is inverted in this realm. So they always say, you know, in the 1800s we were just a fraction of what we were now, and that might be true because the cataclysm happened, and you know, not a lot of people were around those days, because obviously we had survivors because we're still here, but a lot of people, most of them probably got fried, you know, and that's also why we find skeletons just randomly under the ground here and there. They're buried by brick ash. So all of history started the okay, sorry. So I believe the history for this current civilization started like in the 1800s. Okay, so that's kind of fascinating with all the stuff that we find on the ground and how we keep digging up ruins all over the place, and you know, stuff like that. So yeah, look here, huge patch of red bricks all the way down here. Yeah, it's just mangled here, little ruins. They probably were, you know, who knows, quadrillions of people back in the day before the cataclysm. I know this realm can support it because if you look at what they say, oh, we're too many people, but we live just stuffed into these ant farm cities, but then drive 20 minutes away from any major city and it's just empty, completely empty. So there is enough land for everyone, enough land to farm and do all that good stuff. So whatever they say is nonsense, and it's the most parasitic thing you can say to a civilization. Oh, we're too many. Nah, we just live wrong, because we live in the new world order. So you see some kind of archway here that's completely destroyed, of course, and you can see the transformation of the bricks here. Looks like an arch here as well, and then bricks, and then supposed rocks and bricks, you know. This stuff you just don't build like that. It's horrible. And here as well. So the whole building transformed. And here you can see the apertures all over the place. You see some of those holes here. I got a few photos coming up where I'm gonna say what I think at this current time, what those might be, on February 16th, 2024. But yeah, you see all these designs and stuff, and if you were to carve or chisel like they say in mainstream history, then why would you do all these extra holes and stuff? You're just trying to survive from the elements, right? There is some remains of stairs here, it looks like. And these holes again, and an aperture, brick lines expanded, swollen into block lines here. And here, found this one on Facebook as well. Thank you for sharing, Melt people, and I can take it forward so more people can see the best evidence that we have. Look at this one, Pocket of Survival all the way up here, and you got a little twisted block lines here from the viscousness and the building pushing down on itself when viscous shifted a little bit. But look at this one, there's a couple of more. Here you see it again, slightly different angle, and you can see the trees and shit is down here, so it's so far up. How do you get up here? How do you get home? Look. What is this supposed to be? Is someone supposed to live here? And you gotta rock climb every time you're gonna go get groceries. Yeah, pretty crazy. Pocket of Survival there. Great evidence. Great evidence. And here's this one. I've shown this one before, but this one is great for the new people who haven't went back in time to see my older videos and all the other Meltology channels out there. You can see this beautiful clock tower here, very well preserved. They took care of this stuff, which is always appreciated. You see this Antiquitech stuff on the top for the circuit board and free energy and God knows what. But you can see here that this stuff was melting and flowing here, and it started to rock curtain and cover the building under here. You see the roof and you see the structure go into it here. So if you came here and you were gonna build this stuff, why don't you move it over here instead of building it in like that, right? It just don't make sense. So this one was flowing here, high viscosity, and started to cover it before the cataclysm stopped, and then it densified, and now this is the result. And you can see the structure here and this weird stuff. It has these holes here, something here, an opening here, and then you can see in the background, oh my god, more apertures here. There's a couple of photos from this place that I'm gonna show here. Some kind of archway and apertures over there. And then here, more stuff. Look at the roof covered by the melt here. This is the melt. I repeat, this is the melt. This is not a naturally generated formation. It is not a mountain. It is not plate tectonics. Look at this stuff. And you can still see the brick lines in here. Okay. Here you see how the roof is covered by the melt here. The roof here is covered by the melt here. And then you have this chimney looking thing that's also in the melt here. Okay, you can see how wide it is here and how not wide it is here. So it's in there. So for this chimney, did they carve out a little slot for the chimney to be in there? I mean, it makes no sense. Just put the chimney somewhere else. I mean, you can build it on the side here and have it up, you know, but it's in the melt. Okay, that's the clue here. You gotta look at the details, guys. And one more. So you see the melt and you see structure in the melt. Behind this one you see something here, obviously man-made. So you got some pocket of survival there. You got some weird melted stairs here. Is what it looks like. And then of course you got this stuff here. This weird stuff. And then the apertures in the back and the texture of the melt. Stuff down here looks like an opening. Some weird unnatural formation there. And the lines, of course. So they had good block work here. But here it looks like shit. Right? And I know there is an official narrative, which is 99% of the time just bullshit. And they say, well, it was two different civilizations. So someone dumb did this and someone more intelligent did this. But you can see this. That's pretty good. That's pretty nice stonework right there. Or concrete molds, whatever they did here. Similar to that. So to me, it's the same people, but the cataclysm fucked the building a little bit more over here than over there. And if this is a doorway, it looks like a third of it, 2/3 of it is missing. It's supposed to go lower down here. I mean, look at this huge ass door. And yeah, by the way, huge doors, tall ceiling heights, to me is proof of taller, bigger people. They say, well, people in the past built it so big to feel, you know, fancy, etc. But people of the past are supposed to be poor as shit, have horses and carts, and no technology, no power tools or anything. Building huge like that, you know, 30 feet ceilings with stones, brick, and blocks is a huge waste of resources. And how do you even do that without cranes supposedly and whatever we use today? Even some of the technology we have today, like these huge bulldozers and stuff, they struggle lifting some of the blocks from the past. So there's something missing in history, guys. So you see this pocket of survival here. So stairs, mangled stairs right there, melted, swollen, turned into shit right there, and it goes in here into the melt. So caves are internals of melted buildings, guys. And here another weird location to build, pocket of survival. And then our current civilization had to build all of this just to get in there. So you can probably go inside here, and I don't know what's inside here, but this is what we had to do. And you probably have to pay $50 to go in there. Maybe it's a gift shop. And here it's just wanted to show the damage. I mean, this is, you can see the columns here. They have these slots in them and stuff. You see this in ancient Italy and stuff like this. You know how this building is supposed to look, right? Those beautiful old world structure, and now it looks like that. So what happened here? Here could have been an archway here. It's just collapsed and mangled. It's just completely in ruins. It's so sad. So here you got huge swelling and melt, and then a patch of man-made stuff right there. Obviously you got all these archways here blocked up for some reason. Here some more wall here, and just swelling and expanding. Some more wall here with an opening into here. Oh, here is something too, like a stairway. Turns more and more into the melt. You can see the transition. The stairs. Interesting place. And here more stuff completely in ruins. And what I wanted to show you with this photo is here this huge chunk with what looks like it could have been a doorway. So this piece here is just blasted off wherever it sat on this building. And you know, of the past, supposedly they used just cannons with cannonballs, which is just that's just a huge metal ball that flies with not very much of velocity or anything like that. It's just a heavy ass ball. So if you shoot a cannonball, if they even use that, if that's even a thing, who knows? But if you do you don't break off chunks like that, okay? Maybe you crack some, you know, if you shoot it here, you can crack off a little chunk here, but you can't blast a building into this with cannonballs. But modern bombs and cannons, they use a fuck ton of explosives and shit in the projectiles, so you know, that's a different story. But there's no record of anything like that happening here. It would probably look more like completely rubble if modern weaponry came here to destroy, I would say. Oh, here is this again, slightly different angle, and you get some of the meltdown here as well. So you can see a transition here. Those bricks slash blocks, and then here you can see it starting to get disintegrated, and then you see the transition from this block to that, and this one is just half of it is like this, and the rest of it is now a part of this, which is a part of that, the archways and stuff down here. So you can see the transition here very well, the damage. So it was bubbling hot here, and then it melted and got swollen, and it turned into a supposed mountain. And there's also some stuff here in the background, apertures and melts. And here's some similar stuff, and you can see a transition here from this structure and into that, and then a little bit more structure. So this area here even has a window in it still. So this is the melt here, got rock curtained over here, got this thing. What's that supposed to be? And just huge melt. Pretty incredible melt, guys. Hopefully you can see some of this stuff by now. I know a lot of you can, but if you're new and stuff, just, I mean, keep an open mind, think outside the box, and try to see what I'm trying to explain here. There's a reason why there's so many of us making these videos, trying to explain this stuff. It's the only way to get this civilization out of this shithole, is to get majority of people educated. It is what it is. You see the texture here, and you see these holes again, and you see some square holes here, some more holes here. Like, why would you climb up here and carve a little square here and a little square there, right? Got more stuff here, and of course all the bricks cooked out turned into that, altered states of matter. And here you can see this one, you see the brick line still, see how straight and flat this side is here, and this one to a 90-degree angle. You can see here it's still brickwork, but here it's just one piece. That's a piece of that. So the transition is mangled. You got viscous holes here, air trying to separate, and all spaghetti brick lines. And then there's a little bit of bricks here, and then it turned into that here at the top. There's some weird edges and angles. More melt here, look, bubbling hot. And yeah, and here you got this one. You can see heat expansion around here, and then more stuff here, and then, oh my god, you still have a window in that, but it's a structure obviously, because look here, it's a structure. Why is there a window in here? And you got this in there too, and another window in here, and you can see the brickwork here. You can see the mortar in between a little bit. So it's called evidence, guys. This one is pretty cool because you see this one remaining. I mean, you can see it's pretty fancy stonework and stuff here. We're told that dumb ancient cavemen without any technology at all, who knows what they had to cut this kind of stuff out, right? Because history is a lie. They were far more advanced than we are. We don't have anything now. Look at the stuff down here. So you see this pocket of survival, you see something here, could have been some kind of archway or window or something. I don't know what it used to be like, but the cool part is up here. So you still have apertures and stuff up here and up here. There's still stuff, so look at the whole thing. So you see this building here, this wall going into it, and this being part of it all. And then up here you still see stuff, and back here. So the building now looks like a mountain. More apertures, openings here and here, all the way up here and stuff. And then what's all this extra stuff? Wouldn't it be enough to just carve an opening and then you can crawl into a little hidey hole and stay there for the rest of the day? So this is part of the facades. There's some stuff on top of here, you know, but it got melted and it turned into this altered states of matter. You see stuff. I mean, look at this. Why do you spend half your life to carve this that you can't even use all the way up there? Here is something. Here is something. So here you see these apertures and stuff, and here you see this row of holes here. Here and here. And they go over here and here. And you see more apertures, and you see how straight this stuff is and how the texture is all melted and stuff. And all the ruins here. So what I think these used to be is little slots for like beams to hold the floor here. And then more beams out here to hold the floor here. But the structure here is gone now, so you can't, you know, if you have a beam here 10 meters over like here, you need something to support it, but it's gone, of course, because it got cataclysmed. But here you can see what I tried to mean here. So you got these beams out. They probably were longer. Who knows what happened here? Maybe they were this short, sometimes maybe longer. And that's where you put your floor on, yeah. But you see this remains here, and then you see apertures and the texture, etc. on the background here. And here you see the same. You see these holes, probably wooden poles that rotted away or got pulled out or whatever. But that's what I think at this current stage of my meltology journey. And you see apertures here, and look how straight this shit is. And then all this melt, and oh my god, look at this shit. And there's more stuff over here with the same holes and apertures and stuff. So you're telling me plate tectonics just came here and like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make a 90 degrees straight up wall that's 200 feet tall right there, because that's what plate tectonics do. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna delete my channel because this is nonsense with meltology. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So look at all these holes again, slots for beams, what I think. But why would you do that when there is nothing here? I mean, why would you have a ton of beams here for a floor when there is like nothing here? Because the building looks like that now. Here more melts, and you got some of these slots here. You got some stuff up here again for another floor. That's what I think. And yeah, let's go to the next one. Here more melts, and you see transition here, block work into that with apertures in it still. And that, why do you carve this? And it's more and more faint. I mean, here it's added to it, it's not removed. Okay, so erosion would remove stuff, right? But here it's added. There's more mass here than, because here it goes in, here it's less. So this stuff melted down and added mass into here, and now it's just messed up. And you see the hole, you see how straight it is here. So why would you carve this 90-degree thing here, straight wall, and add these things in if you're a Ooga Booga caveman? Headquarters of Meltology, Cappadocia, and you can see transition from building to melted building. Yeah. So it goes from that to this, and it still has a lot of stuff in it, like a lot of stuff. There's stuff up here, and there's stuff all over the face of this melted structure, as you can see. There's a ton of stuff here. Some stuff over here too. And here. So I can't say it enough. If you're new and curious about Meltology, look up photos or go to Cappadocia in Turkey. It's the best place to get started, in my opinion. It's so obvious and easy over there. And once you understand it, there's no way you can go back. So then you see it, and you'll see it everywhere you go and everywhere you look. That's the fun part. Pockets here, swallowed by the huge melt above, rock curtaining it over, eating it up. And there's a little piece of brickwork here and a wall right there. Huge archway opening. Again, caves are the internals of melted structures. And this one is pretty cool. You see the red brickwork here, mangled, cooked out. So some kind of archway here with an opening and some kind of window here or something. And the surroundings didn't do so well. I got like 2-3 photos of this place. It's pretty cool. Here from afar. So a pocket of survival in here. And yeah, look at the melt and the texture around it. And then... oh, I just had to, okay. Look at the melt here, guys. Look at that melt. And you see a lot of the red color. You see the brick lines in here. And yeah, just look at this. It's all dripping down. It's melting, guys. Oh my god, look. It's dripping down all the way here. Look. Brick lines in here. Spaghetti brick lines. Yeah, it's a melted structure, guys. What's this shit up here? Those look kind of weird. I found this one. I don't know, maybe this used to be a column, and here is a collapsed internals of buildings, like collapsed archways, and it filled in on itself when it melted. All the mass just collapsing down into the hollow insides of the buildings, and that's why this cave isn't very deep. Sometimes they manage to stay up, and you can still go inside them. And yeah, they call them caves, but they're not. And here you got these openings in here, and this, they call this some kind of elephant rock, but I think this used to stand straight up, and this is possibly the spire on the top, but it melted and it kind of bent over and tipped over a little bit. It's what I think. There's no elephant rock in my opinion. That's pareidolia. And there's another photo here. So it just bent over like that. Because I mean, it has openings, tons of apertures and stuff in it. So it's a building, not an animal. And here, this one is good. I mean, look at this melt. That's actually one of the better I've seen. I don't know if I've seen it before, I might have, but I came across it today. So you see tons of pretty good condition stuff, and it's rock curtained over. You see apertures all over the place. You see doors, windows. So what has doors and windows? Oh, buildings do. So here, 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 all this stuff. Also, maybe this is those holes again for like beams to hold up floors. I'm not sure. Got this huge wall in here with apertures. Got more stuff in here. You got brick lines, more apertures. I mean, look at this stuff. And at the bottom you still see that is obviously a building. Look at the wholeness of this, guys. This is pretty darn good evidence. Okay, so you can see it if you want to, or you can keep repeating the deception since you were born and your previous belief systems, and keep living the lie and never get to move forward. And you'll always fall into the traps that they put out there for us to fall into if you're not aware enough to see the traps. That's pretty obvious once your brain starts functioning. You can see the traps from 2,000 miles away, that whatever they say is not a good idea. My recommendation is whatever they say, do the complete opposite. So if they say to take whatever medical supplements, do the opposite. If they say to not eat eggs and red meat, do the opposite. If they say to do this, do the opposite. So here, yeah, brickwork all over the place. Here, grain growth, bricks turn into that. I mean, you can see still here you got, you know, block work in pretty good condition, and then suddenly it's like this. I mean, what happened here? Did they hire a new shitty guy to build? And why would you build this nice wall on top of this shitty looking stuff right there? So yeah, pockets of survival all over the place. And here you can see how straight this whole thing is, with a huge opening here. And you got these faint designs again. I mean, you just don't do that as a Ooga Booga caveman when you try to carve and stuff. More Cappadocia, melted like ice cream. So you got this. Got some stuff here. Another thing here. Got stuff here. Here. Over there. All over the place. Okay, go to Cappadocia or look up photos, I mean. Or go there. Maybe I'll go there one day and do boots on the ground. Hopefully, but we'll see. And here. I believe this is Meteora in Greece. And this is amazing evidence. You see how it got rock curtain over and swallowed by the melt, as we see all over the place. All over the place. Got this stuff down here. Very good pocket of survival. And then here you got some holes again. And here you got something sticking out still. So, you know, these support beams here and here to hold up some floors here. Are these the same? And then something more was here. But now everything up here is gone. Just that is left because it melted too much. And this. So you got this thing sticking out. Here you got a little square thing. You see. And whatever else. And here. So you can see here. The core structure is red brick, and then they put exterior concrete finish on the outside, and then you can, you know, paint it colorful and stuff, you know, you can do whatever you want with it. But the core structure is 99% of the time always red brick. Even when you think it's big blocks, it's just red brick covered with stucco and exterior concrete finish and concrete molds to make it appear as bigger blocks. I mean, I've seen it. So you see the red brick here turned into supposed rocks. Here, mangled red brick archway, and then, oh my god, look at this shit. Okay, this is swelling, expansion, you know, cracked here a little bit. This is all damage here. This is all damage. Even look here, look. And here. Popcorn blocking a little bit, expanding, swelling, all the good stuff. Look at it. It's not supposed to be like that, guys. This is altered states of matter. This is a cataclysmic event, so we can't replicate this, guys. We can't have this building and then put a cable with electricity in here and hope that this will happen. It's a cataclysm. Humans can't replicate it. The Earth realm is doing it, not us. And that was all for this video. So if you made it this far, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the chat comments in there in the premiere that I'm gonna send today at around 1 p.m. And thank you for your time. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all donations. And yeah, all the good stuff. So if you enjoy this, make sure to subscribe, bell, like, share it with your friends, family. If you got someone with a brain, comment. I mean, it helps everyone out here, because the more interactions you guys give, the more this post will be seen by other people. It's called the algorithm and stuff. So I mean, the least you can do is leave a like. It takes you like 1 second. I'd appreciate that. And then the next video will be not Sunday, which is 2 days from now. It will be on Monday, because Sunday it's gonna be very busy and very loud in here and stuff, so I'm not able to record. So I'm gonna do Monday instead. So that's 3 days from now. I'm gonna do every second day if possible. If not, I'm gonna do every a third day in here and there. It depends on what's happening in my life away from this screen and this microphone and stuff. There's stuff going on all the time, so it's based on that. But 2-3 days is my goal to keep doing for a long time, hopefully. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you on Monday. So until then, you guys take care of yourselves, try to eat healthy, don't do any bullshit, stay safe, and do the good stuff. Alright, see you guys, thank you.